On August 27, 1942, deep in the dark Caribbean Sea, the German submarine U-94 silently hunted an Allied convoy. Hidden among the waves, Captain Otto Eitz prepared to strike when suddenly a lookout shouted a terrifying warning. An enemy patrol aircraft was approaching fast. Within seconds, alarms rang through the submarine. Crash dive! The crew rushed below as the U-boat plunged beneath the surface. But they were too late. A Catalina patrol plane spotted the submarine, releasing a deadly pattern of depth charges. Massive explosions shook U-94 violently, damaging its control systems and leaving the submarine struggling to dive deeper. Above the ocean, the patrol aircraft marked the submarine's location for nearby Allied warships. Racing toward the scene was the Canadian corvette HMCS Oakville, commanded by Captain Clarence King. On board, sonar officer Hal Lawrence listened carefully until he detected the faint sound of the enemy submarine below. Oakville moved into attack position and unleashed a devastating barrage of depth charges. The explosions ripped through the ocean, flooding compartments inside U-94, forcing Captain Eitz into a desperate decision. Staying underwater meant certain death. With no other option, he ordered the submarine to surface and fight. Moments later, U-94 burst through the waves directly beside the Canadian warship. At nearly point-blank range, Captain King gave a shocking order: ram the submarine! Oakville surged forward and smashed into the German U-boat. Guns erupted across the night as both crews exchanged heavy fire. German sailors tried desperately to man the deck guns, but Canadian machine gun fire pinned them down. The battle turned chaotic, with bullets, explosions, and even thrown bottles flying across the narrow gap between the two vessels. Realizing escape was impossible, Captain Eitz ordered his crew to scuttle the submarine before it could be captured. Water rushed into the compartments as the damaged U-boat began sinking beneath the sea. But the Canadians were determined to seize the submarine intact. In one of the war's most daring moments, Hal Lawrence and a small boarding party leapt onto the deck of the sinking U-boat. Wearing nothing but revolvers and tropical shorts, rough seas separated them from the rest of their team, leaving only Lawrence and Petty Officer Art Powell aboard the enemy submarine. As the submarine flooded beneath their feet, the two Canadians confronted Captain Eitz and his officers in the darkness. Rather than surrender, the German captain jumped into the sea and disappeared into the night. Lawrence then climbed deep inside the sinking submarine, desperately searching for the valves that could stop the flooding. But the damage was too severe. Metal compartments collapsed under pressure as seawater rushed through the vessel. Realizing the submarine could not be saved, Lawrence ordered everyone to abandon ship. In the cold Atlantic darkness, Canadian sailors and German prisoners watched together as U-94 slowly tilted forward. It raised its propellers into the air and disappeared beneath the waves forever. The brave actions of Lawrence and Powell earned them medals for courage. Captain Otto Eitz and his surviving crew spent the remainder of the war as prisoners. The dramatic battle between HMCS Oakville and U-94 remains one of the most intense and unbelievable naval encounters of World War II.